Does it make any sense? Tinubu's minister repeating mistake of Buhari's government. Obi Abare FUMED. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to another episode right here. And thanks for listening to the news we had for you this morning. Today's headline says, "Does it make any sense?" As Tinubu's minister repeating mistake of Buhari's government. By Richard Ogunlise. A development economist in Ineka Obiare had criticized criticized a proposal by the Minister of Agriculture Abubakar Kanyari to import 10,000 tractors to Nigeria. During an interview with Channels TV on Tuesday, Obiare recalled that concerns were previously raised in 2019 regarding a similar plan during the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. Obiare expresses worries that the current plan under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, which is projected to cost $1.1 billion through a public sector arrangement, would essentially be repeating the same mistake made by the Buhari's government. The economist argued that a more excessive approach would involve spending $750 million to import both tractors and bulldozers. He said there was a proposal we raised in 2019 when the Buhari's government came up with the idea of borrowing $1.1 billion to import 10,000 tractors. This current government now, we see the ministers of the Agric repeating the same mistake of the Buhari's government that the Buhari's government did, signing MOU to import 10,000 tractors under a public sector arrangement that will cost the same $1.1 billion. Does it make sense to you that we can spend $750 million and import both tractors and bulldozers, and somebody is trying to spend $1.1 billion to import only tractors? Does it make sense to you? And that is the kind of things we see in Nigeria. Under the structure that we shared with them, you would have the agro cluster in over the 8,000 electoral wards that would be managed and truly trained mechanical engineers. Farmers within those clusters would hire those machines and use them on their farms on an average cost of not more than 40,000 naira. And when you do it, you would stimulate economic activities, you will grow jobs, you would have over $50 billion in Nigeria economic. But the minister in Nigeria today wants to repeat the same mistake that happened under the Buhari's regime. Is something we should be asking ourselves. And that is all we have under this headline. Does it make any sense? Tinubu's minister repeating the same mistake of that of Buhari's government. Well, it is said here that a development economist named Inaemeka Obiare criticized a proposal by the Minister of Agriculture Abubakar Kanyari to import 10,000 tractors to Nigeria. And why did she criticize this proposal? He said, Obiare expresses worries that the current plan under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, which is projected to cost $1.1 billion through a public sector arrangement, would be extremely repeating the same mistake made in Buhari's government, meaning that they want to use $1.1 billion to import those 10,000 tractors, and she's trying to say that it will be same mistake as the Buhari's government. Said there was a proposal we raised in 2019. They said the economic argued that a more excessive approach would involve spending $750 million to import both tractors and bulldozers. They also say that if we can use $750 million instead of using 1.1 billion dollars, or using 750 million to import both bulldozers and tractors, or using 1.1 billion to just only import tractors. We are spending more on less, and the economists is trying to tell that we can spend less to get more, to save the cost, to save cost, and to save economic growth in Nigeria. They say that the current governor now we see the ministers of the agric repeating the same mistake. Yes, they are repeating the same mistake of that of Buhari's government did, signing an MOU to import 10,000 tractors under public sector arrangements that will cost the same $1.1 billion. Repeating the mistake that will keep Nigeria in debt. Instead of using our senses, said, does it make sense that you can now spend $750 million to import both tractors and bulldozer, and somebody is trying to spend $1.1 billion to import only tractors? This is not right. No, it's not done that way. Even an act like this could even involve into petty scams, if you all can agree with me. This act can bring up little types of scams, because it doesn't make sense. You can actually spend the Nigerian economy can actually spend $750 million to bring tractors and bulldozers for farmers in the country. Then why is one minister trying to import only tractors with $1.1 billion? Yes, and the President Ahmed Tinubu is not even looking at that side at all. I just think that the present government should look at that and say, what they can really make a good, they can make a good save out of this, because removing 750 million from 1.1 billion, you can see the amount that we have left, that the economy can use to grow others, to do other things under here in the country. Saying that farmers within those clusters would hire those machines and use them on their farms at an average cost of not more than 40,000 naira. That is if they use the $750 million. If they bought it for the $750 million, and the federal government will be gaining $50 billion in Nigeria economy. And now someone is trying to launder those money, saying that he wants to import only tractors for $1.1 billion. That is, will I use the word scam? That is scam. That is scam. Or what do you guys think? I want you to drop your comment in the comment section, and don't forget to